Hello friends, I'm Meghna Thomas and welcome back to our channel Golden Epaulettes Aviation Pilot Training Academy, your route to the cockpit. Now that we have mostly covered maximum part of what happens in the cadet pilot program selection, many of you must be wondering, rather many of you must be really worried of how can you clear your Indigo Cadet pilot program examination. As you know that we have been covering the cadet pilot program selection series, I'm sure now many of you must be wondering what should I do to clear the Indigo Cadet pilot program selection procedure. Now as you all are aware that your first round is going to be your aptitude test, which is also the written examination, and clearing your written examination clearly depends on how well do you know your 10th, 11th and 12th NCERT books or whatever syllabus you studied, those board books. You will be only asked the basics, for which you can also find the papers online which you can use to practice, or we have solved some question papers for you. You can find the link for the videos in the comment section below. So after you have prepared this much, that is like learned from your books and solve the papers online, clearing the written examination should be a cakewalk for you. This what I told you about was for the CAE Cadet Pilot Program selection. In the selection for FTA, the aptitude test is much more easier and simple. For the FTA written examination, they just check your basic multiplication, division, subtraction and all of that, and also they will check your skills for English. So for the FTA examination, you don't really have to get worried. I mean, not much of preparation would be required compared to what would be needed for the CAE written examination. So for clearing the FTA aptitude test or written examination, too much of preparation won't be required. However, you must be prepared, just that FTA is much more easier compared to your CAE examination. Now once you are done with your aptitude test, your second round is going to be CAS, that is CASS. Now for the CAS examination, you will be provided a manual when you reach the examination center. You have to thoroughly read your manual and understand what needs to be done for your CASS test. Make sure that you read the manual at least 10 times so that you get the hang of it. The second round is usually CAS for CAE. For FTA, the same test is called Pilapt, and Pilapt is supposed to be an easier version of your CASS. Though the tests are different, but the objective of these two tests are the same. They just need to know if you can be trained to be a pilot. Now that you're done with your CAS or your Pilapt, the next stage or the final stage is going to be the group activity and personal interview. So group activity is going to be a fun activity conducted by the company. They just want to see how you work in a team and your communication skills. So in this, your team needs to communicate well with each other and you need to come to a conclusion. Now after your group activity, you come for your personal interview. The personal interview totally depends on the candidate. They are going to be testing your basic aviation technical knowledge, so be sure that you're well read before you go for your interview. You know most of the technical stuff about aviation. There are some books that you can read or certain topics that you can read through before you go for the interview. There is this book that is called Basics of Aerodynamics by John D. Anderson, and you can read about how planes fly, working of the engines, flight control surfaces and so on. The other thing about the interview is, yes, you have to be smart, you have to be well dressed. We have already told you about all these things in our previous videos. Make sure your hands are not fidgeting when you appear for the interview. You need to be appearing to be very confident, and that's because pilots are always confident. At first, you will also be given a personality questionnaire. You can even try to give that at your home. Just be sure that you finish it within 1 hour. That questionnaire has around 225 questions which you have to answer about yourself. Be sure that you answer everything in a positive manner. And now after this is when you will be heading to your CASS center. For your CAS examination, you will be seated in front of a computer screen and your instructor will guide you on what needs to be done. You will be given a manual, make sure you read through it. So in the first round of your CAS test, you will have maths question where you will be asked around 20 questions and you will be given 30 minutes. There will be basic maths questions that are going to be asked. After maths, you will be asked physics questions, again 20 questions, and you will be given 30 minutes for the same. After this will be the most important thing, which is your multitasking simulator test. After which you will have your English questions, which will be very basic questions from English. And after this, you will reach your last stage where you will be checked for your cognitive skills. And here you will be shown a picture and you will be asked if the picture is the same with reference to the previous picture shown to you. And after all this, you will be guided about your results and whatever is the next procedure. So this is all that will happen when you're called for your selection procedure for the Indigo Cadet Cadet pilot program. We just wanted to give you a basic idea of what would be the scenario when you go for your test. So if you wish to prepare with us, you're most welcome. As you all know that we at Golden Epaulettes Aviation conduct classes for Cadet pilot program preparation. You have our address and contact details, so anything that you need to know, please do give us a call or message us. And for more such informative videos and updates, keep following our channel Golden Epaulettes. Come, let's fly!